This is J Billz for Media Spotlight UK, and I'm here once again. I'm on a roll with these remote interviews, man. I'm telling you. I've got another special guest with me. I've got Mr. Bop Daddy himself. That is Falz. How you doing, my brother?
I'm great, man. I'm great. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Like, I'm just feeling refreshed. I had to go down the shop real quick, and then I kind of felt like, yeah, it's kind of the right time to have a shower. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always showering it, like most times every day, every day. But since this lockdown's been a mad one, like at times I just can't be host. So, but how you?
I
How
like how you
you?
said most times, not every single time.
Well, I mean, look, like if this lockdown wasn't happening, I'd be doing it every single day, like going out and everything else. So, how are you finding lockdown so far, man? Because I mean, for everyone, it's different. So, but how are you keeping?
Yeah. Lockdown has been all right. What we could do right now is just stay at home and just try our possible best not to go anywhere. Just see what I
Yeah,
could achieve while I'm at home.
yeah,
Hopefully that's a lot because we're most likely still going to be in this for a while. At least
yeah,
until there's a vaccine. So
yeah.
we just have to adapt to this.
Yeah, everyone's been adapting. Like the home life has now become sort of the norm.
New life,
And
yeah.
you've been heavy on preaching, to everyone to stay at home. Like I saw like your Twitter, like you're very vocal about it. So,
Yeah.
how you able to keep it creative during this time? Because obviously you being a musician, it must be quite difficult at times when knowing you can't
Yeah.
do all the things you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, for music for me is like emotional. It's like it's based off the spirit. So a big part of that is experiences. A big part of that is relating with people, like having conversations and like stuff like that. But I'm not going anywhere.
Everyone's at
I'm
home.
here. Everyone's at home, so
Yeah.
it gets a bit more difficult to be creative. But
Mm.
I like to be by myself, so sometimes
Okay.
I just sort of go into deep thought. I listen to other stuff. That is a way I could find inspiration. But if I had a couple producers around, I'd be
Mm.
achieving a lot more.
Yeah. Are you not
But
able
obviously
to
everyone has
like
to
create
stay at
your
home.
own sort of tunes like through are you able to produce, or are you
I
just
don't
more?
produce.
Oh, you don't
I don't
produce.
produce.
So you're
Yeah,
literally
I'm
just
just a
like
vocalist.
you're the vocalist. So you need those people to kind of secure the bag for you.
Yeah. I mean, they could always send beats.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
could always
yeah.
send files to and fro. So that's not difficult. But
No,
it's
no.
better when you're together. When you're
Yeah.
together, you're like,
You
do
got
this,
that
do this,
natural
put this
connection,
there, put
yeah.
this there. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. Important question. Do you lick, eat, or suck ice cream? I mean, you preached that to everyone in your video, but what do you do, my brother?
um, I think you do all three. Personally, I think you
Oh, you
do
do
all
all
three.
three? Oh,
Yeah, I
mad.
think you do.
Mad. I think when it comes to ice cream myself, I think I tend to lick the cream more. I know this is gonna sound a
Yeah,
bit mad, but like I lick the ice cream more. I don't really suck the cream. Yeah, this is again sounding mad. But when it comes to yeah, this gone somewhere else. But like literally, when it comes to like the cone bit, then obviously like I'm
you have to
biting
eat.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to. You can't do anything else
That's why
from
I say
that.
you do all three.
Yeah.
But the sucking is somewhere. It's involved in there somewhere.
Okay, okay, well, not so much for me. Like, okay, maybe towards the end of where the cream finishes, but like the
Yeah,
licking part is just where the main base is. Like, yeah,
yeah.
this went somewhere else completely raw.
Definitely did. Definitely did.
Oh no, that's cold. That's cold. But straight to it, man. Bop Daddy. Your latest single. You featured with Miss Banks, someone I know pretty well. The visuals are crazy. First of all, it's very vibrant.
Appreciate
Like
it, man.
I
Appreciate it.
haven't seen that many videos as of late that have that sort of overdone, colorful
Yeah,
vibrantness about it.
yeah.
It kind of remind me of like the whole sort of Fresh Prince of Bel Air sort of vibes, like
Yeah,
the intro,
yeah.
and then like the 60s, 70s look. And just to say as well, like I know Miss Banks, on and off there and there. I've met her over the years, but her nurse outfit is mad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Mad.
yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. For
The
sure.
songs receive well, and it's done really well in charts and also done well in numbers as well. What was your creative process, firstly, for making the video?
For making the video, we just wanted to make something that like you said, very vibrant, very colorful. And that's my personality as a person, even as
Yeah.
an artist. I'm very lively, very colorful, and very, um, very interesting, with my music and with my
Mm.
art. So, that was what we were trying to portray with this. And then we went for a little coming to America slash,
Okay.
like you said, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, bit of a blend, with the styling and stuff like that. So that was the vibe we were going for.
So it's basically you saying to everyone in the whole world, "Hello, my neighbors."
hello, hello, my neighbor.
I
Bad guy. I've arrived.
Except for the fans not saying like, "Shut the fuck up." They're all saying good things about your music in that respect, man.
Yes, please, yes, please.
Do the Cadillac that you got? Is that yours?
What's that?
The pink Cadillac, is that yours?
Oh no, the one in the music video isn't mine. But there's another one
Okay.
that I posted on my page, on my Instagram page, which I have got. It's here in Lagos, but we
Okay.
shot the video in London.
Okay. So you managed to get it over, so you were able to ride in your own car. So like, how many cars do you own, or is it just like the one Cadillac?
No, I've got three.
Oh, raw.
Yeah.
And man's struggling to even get one. Okay. Okay. All right. Man's out here. I see you. I know that popularity doesn't, it's not just for nothing. You got it all, man.
I'm doing all right. It's for more.
Yeah, man. I spoke to YC last year, who's also featured in a video. Really cool guy, and there's also worked with Miss Banks on his project YC versus Sahir. I know probably a lot of people have asked you this, but like, how did you and Miss Banks connect? Like, what was the connection like?
We met we met last summer on the way to Portugal for Afro Nation.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, we just linked up, and then we were talking. And we're like, we have to work soon. And I was like, yeah, I know, it's gonna be mad. And we just exchanged contacts. And when I was recording,
was it through
record,
the DMs?
no, we met in person.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
We met in person on the way to the event.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then, after we exchanged contacts, and then I was working on this record, and the only person I could think of was her. I was like, she's gonna kill this, definitely. So I reached out to her. I was like, look, I'm gonna send you something. And as soon as she heard it, she loved it.
Yeah.
And she dropped a fire verse, and that
certainly
was it.
did. I've seen her progression from like the very beginning. Like in 2014 was when I first met her, and the progression is crazy. And
she's such an amazing talent.
Yeah, man, definitely. And I'm assuming there's going to be more collabs in the future, like when the time's right.
For sure,
definitely. And you also done like the you took the Don't Rush challenge like one in a different light. You actually made it your own. Did you watch the Don't Rush challenge? I thought, yeah, let me do my own version.
I saw quite a few videos, and what at the time, I just saw a few ladies doing their makeup, covering the camera with the makeup brush, and then Don't Rush was playing in the back. So I figured I had at the time anyway. I hadn't seen any guy versions. So I thought, what would be nice would be to do a guy version of this thing.
Yeah.
So I picked up my hairbrush. I did my own little
I saw it, yeah.
And then I put Bop Daddy in the back. Yeah. And then I told guys to pick up the hairbrush from me and then just keep it going.
Yeah. How far received has it been?
It just went viral.
Oh, is it? It's got it. So, how far would you say that you're on level viral wise with Young T and Bugs' one? Like, would you say that?
To be honest, I don't even know.
I bet it is though. I bet it is.
I've seen Bop Daddy. I've seen Don't Rush. It's like side by side.
It's interconnection, man.
Yeah,
interconnection.
Both were viral,
yeah, man. So let's take it back. Let's take it back a bit. For those that may not know. So you started music as a hobby in secondary school, and you formed a group in school called the Schoolboys.
Yeah.
Now, firstly, why with that name, and also like what inspired you to get into music so young?
Well, that name because I was in secondary school and I didn't have a better name.
So it's just like, I'm in school. What should I call it? School, we're boys. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Very straightforward. They didn't really put too much effort into that.
Yeah.
But at the time it was just something that I genuinely enjoyed doing, and a couple of my guys well, one of my guys had started writing verses, and then I heard him, and I was like, "Yo, let me join you, man. Let's do this together."
Mm,
And then he was like, "Yeah, why not? Let's do it." And
mm,
then we started we started doing, and then we had like two other guys join the group, so there was four of us in total, and we would perform in school at like variety shows and talent nights or whatever we used to call it back then.
mm,
And yeah, man, and I just genuinely enjoyed it and just kept it going. When I went to uni, just kept it going, and then
mm.
here I am.
So when was it at the point where you actually took music seriously?
I think I was in uni at the time. I was
Yeah.
probably in my second year.
Okay.
I went to uni in Reading, by the way, in the UK.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, yeah. So I must have been in my second year, and I just realized it was something I really, really enjoyed, and I knew I wanted to do this professionally.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that was when I took it serious.
Okay. Okay. So here you are now. I mean, killing it.
Yeah.
You were born you're born in Lagos.
Yes.
And have you been back and forth in the UK in terms of like traveling from Lagos to here, or have you always been centered in Lagos, or what's the situation there?
No. I mean, I went primary education out here in
Hmm.
Lagos. Secondary here in Nigeria as well, but not Lagos. And then my university, I was in the UK. I was in the UK for about four years straight.
Hmm.
Just studying law actually. And
Okay, we're
then
gonna get into that in a minute.
after after that, I came back here, and then ever since I've been back and forth a lot.
Okay, so you're traveling back and forth, and you're traveling the world as well. So I
Yeah.
mean, you pretty much you discovered the whole globe at this stage. So your mum and dad are respectively human activists and lawyers.
That's right.
Was it off the back of their job roles? When it came to like music, when you started to go into it, were they like traditional in the aspect of we want you to be a lawyer or a doctor, things like that, or were they supportive of your decision to do music from the jump?
They were, to be honest. I'll be honest with them. They were supportive. Me deciding to do law from the very beginning was just it was more like a natural cause, So
Mm,
you're sort of born into that family. I'm growing up, sort of seeing their lifestyle, seeing what they do, and genuinely falling in love with that
mm,
and wanting to be like them. So that was why I, went on to study law. But since when I started doing music, and they knew about it, they've never really stood against it. But
mm.
because for a typical African parent, they just want to be sure that nothing is affecting your studies. You're
Right.
staying in school. You're focused on your education,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that I was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that I think that was what really helped.
Okay, so I mean, because I know a lot of African parents that I know that they're supportive as well, but like it's always the hidden question of like breaking the stereotype of is it true what that Africans want you to be, what they would follow in the family line, but it seems like they were supportive from the jump.
Well, they were supportive, but at the time they didn't know the extent that I was
Yeah.
gonna go with the music. They just knew, okay, this is something he likes to do, so yeah, why not?
Was there like a ultimatum where it's like if music doesn't get you to a certain point at this time, we want you to go in a different direction, or was it never part of the
But
conversation?
what's funny is they didn't give me that ultimatum, but I gave myself that ultimatum. There was a
Oh
year.
wow.
I'm trying to remember what year this was. This is probably 15 or 16, because I think it must have been 15. Yeah. So
Mm,
after I finished university, I came back here, and then I went to law school here in Nigeria. So
mm-hmm.
I became officially a lawyer.
Right.
So at some point in time, I was living a double life. I was a
Right.
lawyer by day and
Right.
a rapper by night. You know?
There's always that
So
double life somewhere with people. I'm just
yeah,
one life
I
simple.
was doing that for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then at some point in time, I had to sit back and say, look here, if this music thing is not going to work full time
Mm,
this year, then I'm just going to have to leave it alone and do law full time. So
yeah.
there was that 1 year I said, look, I'm going to go hard. Study quick. Then that's it. It's
Straight to
plan
it. Yeah.
A or plan A,
Yeah. It's plan A. Plan A. Plan A. No
And
other.
plan A worked,
No, and
thankfully.
it has, and like you've been
Yeah.
killing it all over the world. But segueing into, you're saying about law and, where your parents are, your backgrounds and stuff like that. That leads me to This Is Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, in likeness to, Donald Glover's version of This Is America, which became famous worldwide. And, it seemed from when I looked at the visuals, it wasn't just like a cop off. It was literally like, the meanings were in there. Like literally everything that's going on in Africa is what you portrayed in the video. Like, was that the way of going about what you wanted to project when you did the video?
Yeah. To be honest, when I saw the Childish Gambino record, I knew he had told the American story in such a creative manner, and I thought it would be amazing to sort of tell the Nigerian story in a similar manner, just artistically, and just try to find a way to put everything in that one body of work. So I thought straight away I went ahead. I wrote my I already had some of the lyrics, and I just readapted the rest of it to the music, and boom. And after I recorded, I knew there was no way I wasn't gonna do a video for it. I just had to.
Yeah, it's something that powerful. You cannot just leave it as an audio. You have to have it. I mean, because we're visuals, we have to see what's going on, and then it was really powerful.
It says a lot more when there's visuals.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did that, and I didn't even know how viral it was going to become.
No, it hit hard, and it must have hit a lot in the African nation. Like, are you quite closely linked to what's going on in Africa? Like, and taking from your parents being human activists and lawyers, are you closely linked in supporting human rights within the nation?
Oh yeah. I have to. It sort of comes natural. When there's issues of people being discriminated against, these, I feel like it's a duty in some way to lend my voice to intervene in any way that I can. So, I'm always there to sort of, speak on issues like that.
No, definitely. And it looks like you're continuing to do that, which is, a good representation of what Africa is. And your award winnings are an understatement. Like, as in, you go from award to award to award to a nomination to nomination. Like, Nigeria Entertainment Awards, the Headies, the BET Awards, the Nigeria Entertainment Awards. Like, your catalogue of awards is nuts. And I have to congratulate you first of all for all those nominations and awards that you received. When you won your first award, no problem, man. When you won your first award, what emotions were you going through at the time? And as you go through winning awards, do you feel that you still are appreciative and are gassed to the fact of winning awards? Or is it over time that it's just I know I've got more work to do as an artist, and I appreciate it, but I don't want to gas myself too much on awards? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think right from the first award, up until the last one that I won, it's still always the same feeling. You always feel a deeper level of appreciation when there's something, when there's a plaque, when there's a trophy awarded to you for something. There's a deeper level of appreciation. You're a great team. You're playing well. Just using football for example. You're playing very well. But then when you eventually win the Premier League, when you get that trophy, it's a deeper level of appreciation for what you've achieved.
Yeah.
So it's really nice, and I think it's the same feeling.
So it's not the feeling of you're being after winning awards, you're not like, oh, okay, another award. Like, you're still excited every time that happens for you.
Just as excited. Just as excited as the very first time.
Trust me. What's the award that you're most grateful for?
Wow.
I know it's a lot of catalog to go back on, but
yeah. I would say every single award that I've won.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I'm just as excited for every single one. But if I were to maybe pick one, it would probably be the BET Award.
I knew you was going to say that. Yeah.
At the time, I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
And also because there's a level of it's almost like another step when it's international recognition. I'm out here doing my thing on this side of the world, and then there's people appreciating that in another country. So
Mm.
I think maybe just for that reason, I would say yeah.
With YC, again, when I spoke to him, I was asking him about the power of Afrobeats and how in the past decade it's gained so much worldwide acclaim. Like it's become this thing that it's indescribable. Like when you go to clubs, when you go to venues, when you hear like your Afrobeats tune, it just pops off more than any other like genre that I'm aware of. Like, you know, circulate from festivals, radio stations, bringing unity to so many nations. Like, how in your opinion do you feel that it's gained so much popularity over the years?
Yeah, I think a sheer there's just a sheer amount of talent out here. There's large numbers, of so much great music from this side of the world. And it was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I knew it was gonna happen someday. I knew the world was gonna catch on to Afrobeats, I just didn't know when.
Mm.
So I think, it's just there's just so much talent out here, and then the world is starting to realize how rich our music is. And
Mm.
because we have such immense culture,
Mm.
it's something that is we can continue to stretch out for the longest time. But
Mm.
I'm happy that it's happening. I'm happy the world is starting to listen.
Yeah, because they're listening no matter where you go. Like and there was like a clash last night, wasn't there? It was like was it the character? It was like it's been going on for the past couple
Oh
of
yeah,
weeks.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like was it
Whiskey,
like Vibes
whiskey, and
Cartel?
Vibes Cartel. I think it was Whiskey Vibes Cartel.
Yeah, I heard it was I heard it was Jamaica that one. Was it Vibes
No,
Cartel that one?
no, 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 no,
Was
no,
it?
no. That's a mistake.
I mean, I'm half Jamaican, so I got a rep from my. I got a rep from it.
Nigeria won. Nigeria won.
Listen, I got a rep in it, so like, I got a
you
rep
gotta
in it.
steal that one. No. Not gonna
No,
let
but
you have it.
no, hey, listen, I'm not gonna let you take it from me, even though, yeah, it is whatever it is. But even that, like, during this time, that's gained popularity in terms of like, that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, I think the clashing culture is definitely getting a lot of popularity this period because there isn't that much more to do, to be honest. So people are just trying to keep themselves entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you say is your best collaboration so far? Like, you've collaborated with many artists, like Davido being one of them. But who would you say is your favorite collaboration so far?
Wow.
I know it's difficult because I guess everyone.
It's incredibly difficult.
But if you had to pick someone that you feel like, well, someone you learned from, and then it has gained you more, like, sort of,
I'll definitely say it's impossible for me to pick only one as my favorite collaboration.
Okay. What about a few then?
But my favorite collaboration right now is Bop Daddy.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, because UK collaboration, man. And not to skip as well that you've been taking on acting as well, as part of your career.
Sure.
Is there any particular like shows that we need to watch out for that that you'd be featured in that we should know about?
If you just go on Netflix, I've got quite a few movies that I've featured in on Netflix. There's one called Chief Daddy.
Yes, I've heard about that
one. There's one called New Money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one called Merry Man.
Okay,
so I've got I think there's 3 movies that I'm in, but there's quite a few other stuff I'm working on that will definitely hit your screens very soon.
Yeah. What made you like? I mean, obviously, music was like from the very beginning, like a young childhood. Like, when did you start getting into acting? Like, what was the process in wanting to get there?
Yeah. I've always been a lover of film. So it's not something that was a surprise to me. I've always been a lover of film, and I knew that, I was down to do it one day. But I think 2015 or 16, it's probably the first time I did anything film related. There's a film called Couple of Days. That's on Netflix as well, actually.
Nice.
It's called Couple of Days. That was the first ever film that I was in.
Okay, I'll put it on my watch list if it's there.
Yeah, it must have been 2015. And after that, then there was a TV series called Jennifer's Diary that became really popular as well, and I eventually went on to win an award for that, and this award is
Another
pretty
one.
much pretty much the equivalent of the Oscars out here. So
Nice, nice,
that was big. Yeah.
nice. So in terms of roles, like, what would be your dream role? Like, if there was a role that you wanted to put yourself in, like, what would it be? Because you've had that experience in acting now, there must be something that stands out. I think I want to do that. I want to make that mark by doing this role.
Probably the role of the professor in Money Heist.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That's a huge character.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that this guy has really, really brought that character to life is so amazing. And it's just something that, when you could sort of convey an emotion without even saying much.
Yeah.
That's when you know you're an amazing actor.
Yeah. It's like method actors, isn't it?
Yeah. So it is.
No, definitely.
So that, I'd like to do a lot more of that. Basically.
Okay. Well, I mean, we'll expect to see more of those roles come up for you, man. Definitely.
For sure.
And so what's next for you? Because I know obviously things are difficult at the moment, and we're stuck at home at the minute, and hopefully when things lift that we can get back to our normal lives, whatever normal is at this stage. But what have you got planned? What is it? What's in the pipeline for you?
Just still speaking about film, I've got a film production company. Excuse me. Got a film production company that I've literally just set up, and hopefully when everything reopens up, I could get the ball rolling. We've got some films to work on, we've got some series to work on. It's a lot of production in the pipelines, and also I'm working on two albums.
Ooh, 2 albums.
Yeah,
normally people won't
time.
even tell me that they're even working on 1 and you're working on 2. This is exclusive. I like this.
At the same time.
Okay.
But as a rapper, when you're thinking, when you're creating, you're sort of creating as projects. That's probably why. So I've got 2 different projects I'm working on. So hopefully in the nearest future, man, I could drop that for the world.
Yeah. Have you got any features that you planned out for these projects?
There'll definitely be features.
Yeah.
Most likely. But right now I can't announce any yet.
I see. Every time it's always the diva move, but yeah, the time will come when it happens.
Bop Daddy will be in there somewhere.
Okay, it'll be in the album for sure. Before I let you go, then, just to touch on, I'm a bit of a Twitter stalker. So, oh yeah, here we go. So there's a lot of tweets that I've seen from you, and I just wanted to get a little bit of elaboration on what you mean in terms of the Twitter stuff. So I'll say a few ones, and you just let me know what you mean, man. So the first one is, who else gets aroused when they see rice cooler?
When they see that again?
When they see rice cooler.
Oh,
I thought, what? What does that mean, bruv?
So there's have you ever had jollof rice?
Yes, I have.
Jollof rice is like the best thing in the world.
Of course.
There's a particular cooler, it's like this big cooler that keeps the rice hot. Yeah, it has to keep it in the same temperature, because if you consume jollof rice and it's not hot, then it's not the same, bro. So when you see that cooler, even if it hasn't been opened yet, you know what's inside.
Okay.
And once I see that, I get aroused, man.
So when you just look at it, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
it's like the chills.
Shaking, bro.
Wait, listen, I've seen arousal of women, I've seen arousal of other things, but a rice cooler, okay. I mean, each to their own, man. If I get a rice cooler, I'll let you know how it is. Okay, next one is Black Mirror is actually a mindfuck.
Yeah, it's bro. Like I've watched a few episodes, and I'm like, this is actually legit one of the best shows out there, because it leaves you on such a tangent. And I remember watching, I think the episode that made me tweet that was the what's that episode called? The video game episode.
Right. I haven't watched Black Mirror. I need to catch up on it. I know. I'm sorry, bro.
Whoa.
Listen, man, struggling with YouTube and chill. Like, I got to update with the Netflix. You get me? So
you need to watch it. Now I remember it was called Striking Vipers.
Okay.
Something like that.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on that one for sure.
Check out that episode. It's gonna really make you sit down and think, what is the world turning into? Like, is this where we're headed? Like, what is actually going on?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what this situation is. It's kind of like other things you're looking at. You think like, what the fuck are we living into right now? Final one. Joyner Lucas, easily one of my favorite artists.
Bro, Joyner Lucas is an amazing rapper, and he's just so dope. You know, he's such a storyteller, such a lyricist. You know, he ticks all those boxes for me. I feel like there's a bit of a similarity as well, and maybe that's probably why he's one of my favorite artists. And I think how recent was this tweet?
I think it was. I would look at it. It was like last year. It was like mid last year, I believe. It's like I'm being detective now. Like, when did I see it? It was like, yeah, it was mid last year. Is there a new favorite artist since then, or is it still Joyner Lucas?
Oh,
no.
I thought I was trying to figure out why I tweeted that.
Yeah.
When I tweet something, there's something that happens. And
it follows up with something that you've seen.
Yeah, so I was probably listening to his last album then.
Right. And what did you think of Will when that came out?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, if it was Will that made me tweet that.
Right.
When I saw Will, I was like, "Yo, this guy is dope."
This guy, and the fact that he managed to even have a video call with Will Smith about the whole thing and bringing it all together, that was not. When I saw
that was really good. That was genius.
That was crazy, and having Jaden on the phone, him on the phone, and his son as well. Oh man, this I could see why he's a creative genius.
That was
madness, man. But Falz, it's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure, man. Like, you're so much fun to chat with. I wish I could have all the time in the world, and feeling it like a press day. You got other stuff to do, even though you're in the house. But if you could tell our audience where they can catch you on all the socials, tell them right here, my man.
Yeah, man. Connect with me on socials. It's at Falz the Bad Guy. That's FalzTheBadGuy. Same thing on Twitter, on Instagram. You know, just follow me, man. I'm out here.
Yeah, you're out here. And Bop Daddy's out right now. You know, obviously with Miss Banks, so you're pushing out there right now. And then obviously you're saying two album projects in the works?
Definitely, two album projects in the works.
Obviously, there's no timeline, but it's coming.
Yeah, stay tuned.
All right. This is J Billz from Media Spotlight UK with the wonderful Falz, the bad guy, Mr. Falz himself, Mr. Bop Daddy. And we out of here. Peace.